For 2 years, actually, I have been working with a company. So I was only a developer in that project. Actually, I had manifested the particular salary. I had asked for a 300% hike. So before a week, like, I got a mail from that 2 years back client that we were impressed on your work. So we want you to join our company, and we will provide you this salary XYZ, that whatever I have decided. I'm so surprised.
I had a dream where my daughter, who was sitting for the medical entrance, and she started doing the meditation. We started doing sort of a vision board. We started visualizing as if, she got her results. She got a very good grades. She was wearing a stethoscope around her. We started living in a completely different world. So on the day of the results, she had extremely good results. And can you imagine, at the end, she had 3 offers the same day from 3 top universities in England.
I had this pain on it's called the cubital syndrome. It's a pinching of the nerve. I just did this affirmations, right? That I'm completely healed. Like constantly I was doing that, right? And I had an appointment with the doctor, and the doctor said there's nothing wrong, that I don't need any kind of procedures or anything, and it'll heal itself. It's just like a little bit of a thing, doing meditation and manifesting and that affirmation, that helped a lot.
I manifested for a job. I make a vision board. I started visualizing all the things, how my interviews are going well, and started converting my limiting thoughts to empowering thoughts. And this week, I got 2 offer letters. Yeah, I am so happy for this.
I would like to share from my daughter's perspective, actually. So she was writing a step 1 exam to go to US after her MBBS. Actually, I had heard from you, Chandra sir, that always you create your own reality through your thoughts. So I was constantly telling her that you create your reality. So just focus within, and whatever you feel will come through. She did that. Through that period, she was meditating, and constantly she was, inside, she was believing that she'll make it. And she really did well. Like, she got through it.
I have to really, really appreciate Chandra sir, that the way you talk, the way you are saying things, which definitely on the spot goes inside. That whole meditation session was so absolutely transcendently calm and peaceful to me. In the night, if I can't sleep, you don't believe it, I take my phone and listen to the talk again. Certain things are really blueprint in my heart. Definitely, I feel this minute of my life is really in a different place. My views changed, my confidence level changed, my love, I'm very open-hearted person to everybody. That's the thing. But unnecessary worries and stuff, just they have taken a back burner and gone. I'm not for anything, Chandraji. I have even if a small thing will become a big problem for me. I felt so relieved that things is going to happen. My inner strength is guiding me. I'm moving on. So I don't need to pay attention to any of these worries. And another thing in your thing, I love it, is your vegetarianism. I am so personally so much for vegetarianism. I love the animals. I don't want to see anywhere anything killed. It's nothing against people who are eating, but it's their privilege. But I always say, please, for health, for emotional health, for spiritual health, and for your controlling your senses, it's better to be vegetarianism. It gives more energy. That is the beautiful thing I really feel.
Meditation has got two wings, like a bird has got two wings. You know, we have to fly with two wings. You can't fly with one wing. These two wings are, remember this point, the two wings are mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness in whatever you do, when you're doing. There are two things, doing and being. When you're doing mindfulness, when you are being meditation. See, you are just being. Whatever you do, you should do with full focus, full attention. Walk while you are walking, eat while you are eating, sing while you are singing, dance while you are dancing, talk while you are talking, listen while you are listening. Let not the mind wander other than the work
going
on
to play
hand.
the 2 minutes video.
The more you practice mindfulness, the more you get into meditation.
Closed and begin to observe your breathing for 1 hour, 2 hours. You don't do anything in meditation. You don't open your eyes, that's all. Keep your eyes closed. Then you get energy. Because what happens, when you open your eyes, energy is going out to catch the whole world. How are you catching the whole world? the distant sun, the distant stars, skies. You are throwing your energy into the world and catching the world. And what is happening when you are closing the eyes? The energy is not going out. Okay. But the energy is there. It gets built up. You get a lot of conservation of energy. There is a lot of build up of energy in the body. That build up of energy in the body gives you meditation. Just by the fact of closing your eyes and keeping your attention on the breath, you become energetic, become fully concentrated. So sleep is rest for the bones and muscles. Meditation rest for the mind. In sleep, you go into dreams, where there is a lot of activity in the dreams. The mind is full of activity. The mind is not restful. But in meditation, no dreams, no thoughts. In meditation, the mind takes rest. In sleep, only the bones and the muscles. Sleep is good. Meditation is much better. We want sleep, rest for the bones and the muscles, and then we want meditation, rest for the mind. If you don't give rest for the mind becomes mad. Sleep is rest for the bones and the muscles. Because you've been working with the bones and the muscles throughout the day, they require some rest. So you give them sleep. But the mind is active, weaving out dreams. Okay. There are a lot of horrible dreams. Early morning you get up without any energy. Meditation gives rest to the mind. Sleep gives only rest to the body. Regularity is very important. And if you are 16 years old, 20 minutes of meditation is more than enough. But you must do it daily.
Okay.
Make it a habit. Okay. You can skip anything else but not meditation. No excuse for skipping meditation.
Welcome everyone. Hi friends and masters. Welcome to our second segment on health excellence, meditation. Before we go into that, again, we're not going right into meditation because I know you all had a good lunch. So we have two power speakers before our next powerful meditation. So before I introduce Dr. GK, who is our first power speaker, let me introduce myself first. I'm Sridevi Srirangam. I live in St. Louis. Professionally, I work for Siemens Digital Industries as a cloud solutions product manager. I started meditation regularly around about a year and a half or 2 years. I've been associated with the Buddha CEO meditation. I joined 40-day meditation 2 years ago, first 40-day meditation with Chandra sir, online meditation. Ever since then, that's it, I'm hooked on. Life is just flowing beautifully. There is no looking back for me. And that's why I'm here. And before meditation, I know about meditation. I didn't join meditation because of a big problem or anything. I'm a personality that I always I'm kind of a taskmaster. Always a task, do this, to-do list, always have. And not only me running, and I expect others to run at the same pace. That's my problem, Not my problem probably, it's more problem for my family, husband. At professionally, I learned, I was in leadership position for a long time at Magellan Health. Some of my colleagues are here today. At professionally, I'm an empathetic leader. I've been associated with the service, community service for a long time. All of that is good. But when it comes to the confidence, or when it comes to the expectations, or decision making, or the clarity in my mind to do something beyond what I'm doing, I'm a lifelong learner. So I read a lot of books. I know a lot of stuff. But that knowing is different from really doing and being in that state when the situation comes. I want to live in that what I know. Acceptance is good. Surrender is good. We don't even remember that, we have to observe our breath for 2 seconds. If we pause, then we don't react, we respond, or we don't get anger. Our anger reduces. All of that good stuff I know. But when the situation comes, some challenge comes, I don't even remember that I even had to do that. And that's what meditation taught me. From that knowing state to doing state to being in that state, really, that's what I've been observing lately. And the people who observed me were saying, yeah, you're different now. You've been behaving different. But at least I'm learning, and I'm not perfect, but still that awareness quickly comes to my mind. Hey, what emotion is causing this? I'm reacting this way, and immediately the change, comes. So, first when I started meditation, I only started because I've been doing a lot, high intensity interval workout, and then some yoga, and then gardening, and going too fast. And in that process, I hurt myself that I couldn't do certain things, regular workouts, those that I was enjoying, and I couldn't do it. Then I thought, okay, one body part is not working for temporarily. Okay, let me use my brain. This is meditation is good, and I've been wanted to do this meditation for a long time. That's how I started my joining this. I came to know about this 40-day, and I started just with no expectations. I wanted relax. I need to calm down a little bit. That's all. And that is what I started my meditation with. 45 minutes, I just sit down, attend this online session, do the meditation, listen to the experiences. Guess what happened? Just after 2 weeks itself, first thing I hooked onto it. Wow, this is great. The meditations that I knew before, I have done before, like this meditation, sat down, but never been consistent. But then the knowledge, the wisdom talk that I heard scientifically, spiritual, scientific way, I just hooked onto it. After 3 weeks, I was already feeling much in my physical, with my back pain. And then after 40 days, it's just so many things that I didn't even know that it just came as byproducts. Good. The clutter in my mind, the chaos, I was hesitant usually to ask something at work in professional way. I was hesitant to go talk to a CTO, or CEO when an opportunity, I have a good idea, but I didn't know how to express that. But that is something naturally coming to me. I wasn't hesitant, and I came out of that fear. That courage came to not think 2 days, 3 days, and sometimes I lose the opportunity even, that CTO is already gone. I'm like, I should have asked, and regretting. So all these regrets, gone. The mind clutter, gone. I'm now clear. Okay, if I have to do it, let's go ask. So those are the ones, I really, after meditation, that is the significant thing. The clarity, and the self-awareness came and really helped that with my Siemens job, which I only joined 2 years ago, just made so many relationships in networking within a very short time in that big organization. And then another health one I didn't notice, even after 6 months or so, I noticed I used to have frequent heartburns. And I used to take, I always used to associate that heartburn. What did I eat yesterday? Maybe I ate this. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't eat this. I did too much. I did pizza. I did ice cream. You used to just think what I ate the day before, etc., etc. But now, without even knowing, I'm enjoying all, but little quantities in all that. But I haven't had not even a single time heartburn or anything in 1.5 years. It's just, these are all just coming through without my, conscious effort. I just did meditation. So I feel, and I am experiencing, meditation acting as a catalyst for me in my professional career or in my health, in my personal things that I wanted to do some things, but I never, I'm not a public, I didn't do many public speeches or public, I always used to have a stage drama. I like that acting, but I had that desire, but never courageous enough to do that. But when I had an opportunity, I immediately said, yes, I'll do it. And then I did it. So these are just a few. I can go on talking about my experiences a lot, but let me first introduce about the talk about the health excellence segment that we're going to be starting. So what is health excellence? The WHO, World Health Organization Constitution, states, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. This refers to a state of complete health in body, mind, and spirit. Meditation can aid in achieving this goal. Health excellence is achieved by nurturing the body and mind, leading to improved overall health, reduced risk of disease, and a better quality of life. It is a holistic approach that not only addresses physical health, but also encompasses mental and emotional well-being. So we have our first speaker, Dr. Gopalakrishna. Welcome, sir. Let me introduce you. Dr. Gopalakrishna started as a medical doctor and credits meditation for his transformation into a spiritual scientist. His organization, Spiritual Tablets, is committed to fostering individual holistic well-being using meditation as a tool for self-healing. His experiences with meditation and interactions with Patriji led him to include meditation in his patient care. His numerous projects included Meditation Health Clinic, which provided meditation training to patients, and Pyramid Spiritual Health Care at Nizam Hospital, where patient treatment included a plant-based diet, meditation, pyramid power, and spiritual health counseling. This research culminated in a holistic healing approach that characterizes spiritual tablets. Welcome, Dr. GK. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, madam, for a nice introduction. And welcome all the delegates and masters and Brahmarshi Pitama Patriji for this great platform and Buddha CEO Foundation. I am very happy to give my short presentation on prevention is better than cure. And welcome to the GCML conference, the regional conference in St. Louis, USA. Currently, I am connecting from Manchester, United Kingdom. Even though this proverb looks like very simple and well known, today I am trying to explain this concept or this proverb in view of the spiritual science and meditation, so that the leaders and the people and the organizations can understand how we can give a better healthcare to the people. So the early diagnosis and early treatment, they will reduce the risk and potential irreversibility of the disease. Usually by the time the disease completely sets in, it will be in a very acute condition which really needs a lot of effort to cure it. So that early diagnosis is very, very important, that we know very well. So a research on the Alzheimer's disease, why we need the early diagnosis. So that paper done in 2019 by Kaya and Jill has clearly quoted a lot of important points, which we used as a base for the explanation and for a creative idea that we are trying to come up with in a spiritual way. So numerous medical conditions, including the chronic and acute illnesses that we are seeing today. So the lifestyle factors like increasing age, diabetes, smoking, high blood pressure, and elevated cholesterol levels, obesity and depression, lack of physical exercise, and low education level, infrequent participation in social gatherings. So all these things are the key lifestyle factors which are there behind any of the major illnesses, which we can identify beforehand. And so these are linked to a risk of any serious illness in general. And moreover, whenever we are diagnosing a serious illness, for example, the cancer, the moment it was diagnosed, immediately the patient God, usually we call it as PZ, patient God, they will undergo a shock. And then a mixture of emotions, including disbelief on the whole life and anger, the fear, of course, will happen, and hopelessness based on the disease prognosis factors the doctors will explain. Either they might have go for a lifelong medication or whatever. So all these factors are there whenever the diagnosis was made. These are all of the clinical factors, we can say. And an early diagnosis and a subsequent access to the appropriate services and support can greatly benefit the people. So that's why if we are able to diagnose very early in the initial stages, that will definitely give a better cure, and a lot of things, especially the irreversibility of the disease, can be completely cut shortened. So here, there will be a significant economic burden, and there are three major factors under which we can understand the lack of early diagnosis, how greatly it will affect the other areas. So today we are seeing multi-specialty hospitals to treat the acute phase of the disease. In fact, it is not exactly the acute, which is already crossed certain doors, and then finally they are landing in the hospital. By the time they reach the hospital with a serious illness, and there is a lot of limitations to give a complete cure, and moreover, it is a very big cost burden to maintain those multi-specialty hospitals. Similarly, providing an ongoing support for the residual damage. For example, if you see a kidney failure patient, he regularly has to go for that dialysis things, and a lot of acute exacerbations for every major chronic illnesses. So here, a lot of life compromisation happens. That compromised life one has to accept with that disease patterns. And then the day-to-day care, which is again a burden to the family. So in these three areas can be cut short and provided if we have an early diagnosis and intervention. So these are some of the factors in general in any research study with the early diagnosis and prophylactic kind of things we'll find. Similarly, being a medical doctor, since last 25 years, when I am trying to work with the patient God, with the spiritual principles, by looking at the whole case study, clearly we can identify a certain areas, I can say the Y junctions, where they have crossed that Y junction towards the right or left, and that will automatically create the illness in due course of the time. That is where we are running to the doctors and hospitals. So here, the key principle with which we worked is spiritual intellect is the root and physical health is the fruit. to gain a physical fruit as a health, we need to work on the spiritual intellect. Above that, of course, the consciousness, energy, and wisdom, all those parameters will be there anyway. But the spiritual intellect, once we sharpen the intellect, then we can gain that as a fruit. This is the key principle here. So, either at an individual level to understand the basis of the wellness. So today, the whole presentation lies in this spiritual pathology that I'm trying to present in front of you. Either at the individual level, or in the family level, or an organization level, in a city or a country, you can say, in all these areas, lack of identification of the purpose at an individual level, or the malalignment in the big picture of the organization or a place or the environment where we are living. So put together that malalignment with the purpose and in the big picture, that will automatically generate a certain trivial damages as a reminder, and certain object signs and certain coincidences, some intuitive messages. So all these things we get in due course of time. The person who is spiritually evolved and who are working as, I can say, meditation leaders, they can easily identify, like the doctors identifying an illness with an early diagnosis with certain radiological and medical investigations, blood workouts. So similarly, here also we can identify an illness which is coming on the body as a sudden trauma that can be identified very early. So through soul scanning, we call it as, so otherwise we can screen those people with an inquiry or with a set of questions. So a common set of questions, a common set of observations that we have come up with in this 25 years of research by working on the wisdom principles, that we can apply. Even a natural calamity in an area or something happened in a factory, in an organization, initially it looks like trivial, like a mere coincidence, or suddenly it has happened by chance, by fluke. That's what we see. But a meditation leader or a spiritual leader can see the deep message within that. How to set the whole thing, they can understand and they can act based on that. So here, it will allow us to identify the potential reminder. So it is like a potential reminder to understand, to know about the hazard that is going to happen in further ways. In the organization level, we can say it is hazard, but individual level, it can be a reminder on the body in the form of disease. So here, disease is nothing but a physical reminder that we are away from our original potential or source or purpose, or a deviation from the original purpose of life. So after identification, if we train them through spiritual modalities, then there is every chance to stop that further progress of that particular disease or the problem or whatever that is going to come. So here, so that we can establish a righteous, happy, and healthy individuals or groups. So in the family members or in a group. So if we work on that, easily we can identify and we can reduce or we can cut short that further damage. So this is the main flow to understand from an individual or a group, and identifying it in an early phase, especially the evolved souls and their patterns in life and in an organization, and so that we can train them in a proper way and we can reduce that cost burden, whatever I said earlier, comparing with the medical system. So to understand this, let me go with a important case study here. It's a 2 minutes testimonial of a most dreaded disease and how we can identify in an early stage to not to land in a traumatic state, that we'll understand here.
I am Suresh Chauhan. I'm from Bangalore. I got a disease known as myasthenia gravis. It's a neuromuscular autoimmune disease, and normally out of 1 lakh people, only one person gets it. The muscles of whole body becomes very weak. It started with eyelid. Eyelid were drooping, and slowly the eyes were closed. And slowly it progresses on the arms, legs, and whole part of the body. After some times, even my biting muscles became very weak. It was very difficult to eat. Even I had been to Chicago also for this treatment, where the research is going on. There also it was told, whatever treatment you are having in Bangalore, same treatment we have in America. You have to continue with steroids. There is no other alternative, and there is no cure at all. During that time, I came in contact with Dr. Gopal Krishna, who cures many patients by teaching them meditations. So Dr. Gopal Krishna guided me and given me a teacher named Pravina, who taught me meditation. I learned meditation over from Pravina, and she told me you have to do 3 hours daily for 40 days continuously, since it is a very chronic disease. I seriously started meditation 3 hours daily, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, and 1 hour in the night. After 6 months, around 20 to 25% of improvement I realized, and even steroids doses were coming down. Then I had belief that with meditation, this disease will go into remission. Even doctors were surprised, and doctors advised me, you continue meditation daily. And say after 2 years, 90% of recovery I noticed. I was really very happy. My health was improving a lot. Now it is almost 8 years. From 8 years, I am meditating. Now it is a reincarnation of my life.
So here, in this case, when I observed him, of course, definitely like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, so many 1 in 1 lakh or 1 in 10,000 exceptional illnesses. Today, we are getting wonderful results with meditation and counseling and wisdom sharing. But when I look into these kind of histories, there is a clear-cut failure to fulfill his passion. He has a strong desire to write a historical related book, comparing so many histories of different worlds. And that was long pending because every day he is totally loaded with his commercial job. He is a Hindustan, some company drug distributor. Loads of lorries of drugs, medical drugs will go from his house to the entire state. Such a serious work he do. And then there is a failure to balance his spiritual half. Even though he is an evolved soul, no efforts about spirituality. And then the failure to identify the spiritual identity, especially what exactly he is supposed to do in the community, that part is totally compromised. So these 3 parameters are the major areas, even though he is thinking, but he is unable to act upon it. And then one fine day, he landed with this disease. 6 months he is on the bed. And finally, today he is 0 steroids, traveling across the globe. So many countries he traveled, teaching meditation to everyone. And a myasthenia gravis patient without steroids and happily living means that itself is a great miracle for the medical community. So if we are able to cure the illness, then why not prevent these things by early diagnosis and reducing the damage?
I'm Suresh Chauhan. I'm from Bangalore.
And now here the keystone is essence of healthcare lies within the communities or individuals rather than establishing a big holistic institutions. Here I'm using the word holistic institution. Today we are bringing very big spiritual premises, even the multi-specialty hospitals, where we think that the real health can happen. But this short presentation is all about giving stress on, it is not in the big hospitals or institutions, it is with the communities and individuals. So the amount of effort should be directed towards the screening and identifying and providing early training to an individual or in a group or in the community level. So the better the early giving the training by screening them, especially the people who are potentially failure in balancing the spiritual part. So the implications are like a little implications with my experience I am giving here, conducting a door-to-door campaigns and with the questionnaires, screening them either in the organization level or individual level with a set of questions or questionnaires, we can understand their stress levels, their failure factors, and they are evolved soul or not, what kind of failures already they crossed, and he is a potential person to get into a disease that we can identify. And establishing community meditation centers. Instead of establishing a big centers, if every village or a town or a place have a simple community pyramid, that itself automatically balances the energy. All the potential people automatically attracted towards that center, and they can fulfill their purpose, and automatically they can come out of that upcoming major illnesses. So what is the role and responsibility that we need to hold? So at an individual level, I call it as a referral. Whenever you identify a person with stress, or the meditation leaders can easily identify a person already he crosses certain areas and is a potential person to get into a major remainder on the body. And we need to refer them for a proper training. And at a group level, we can focus on early identification and the training efforts. In the organizations, we can give them a frequent trainings in meditation and spiritual science so that they can correct themselves automatically. And of course, in the government level, whatever I told earlier, the community meditation centers, instead of constructing crores of money, utilizing money in hospitals, one can go for these community meditation centers. So the conclusion is, under the umbrella of PSSM and Buddha CEO Foundation and global, so many organizations today, including the spiritual tablets, effectively operating at the individual, group level, and community level, identifying the malalignments and very early, and they are providing a proper training with meditation and spiritual science, and so that it's fostering healthy, happy individuals in their life. So that's why so far we are trying to creating an environment. Apart from that, the today's presentation, like the medical diagnosis, is early happening, so that reducing the cost of the whole area, we are reducing all kinds of unwanted efforts. Similarly, here also we need to identify the potential people, and we have to give them the spiritual training. So thank you. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to give this presentation. Yeah. Thank you.
And as a result, then they're not living their passion and purpose, so then they're suppressing feelings, and so that constitutes into illness and disease slowly, right? Any thoughts on this, sir?
Thank you very much. I thought I'll hold it off for the panel discussion. Anyway, I'll tell. Oh, okay. Many of these health issues are related to the autoimmune system. Buddha, when he said, I'll talk about Buddha. This is Buddha CEO conference. Once a critic asked Buddha skeptically, "Oh, blessed one, what did you gain through meditation?" And Buddha replied, "Nothing at all." Then he said, why are you doing all this meditation, wasting your time? Buddha said, through meditation, I lost sickness, anger, delusion, depression, fear of death, fear of old age. That's what I lost through meditation. So you can realize how much one can gain through meditation. And through meditation, of course, one can achieve nirvana. Regarding the health, there are many diseases which are related to the stress. For example, he already mentioned Dr. GK, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, they are definitely related to the stress. Very, very common in people who are high strung, very stressful. Similarly, he said, I think she said about the heartburn. In stressful situations, there's a lot of acid production which causes burning of the chest, burning of the stomach, and also esophagus, causing heartburns. And similarly, the disease called as irritable bowel syndrome, that is spastic colitis, which is very common between the ages of 20 and 40. And at least 30% of the individuals, they suffer from this condition. That is very strongly related to the stress. And when they relax, and sometimes, of course, they give medications to relax, that helps. So there are many conditions related to the stress, and meditation definitely helps. For example, myself, I didn't have any systemic diseases, fortunately, for several years, till I reached 84.
Your experience will save for the panel discussion.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Naidu garu. That was excellent. Okay, so let me introduce our next power speaker, Mr. Eric French. Mr. Eric French is a licensed clinical social worker and an advanced clinical hypnotherapist. He is the founder of One Awareness Counseling here in St. Louis, Missouri, where he has maintained a thriving private practice for the past 19 years. Mr. French facilitates group retreats that incorporate a multitude of healing modalities, including hypnotherapy, breathwork, and meditation. He is the author of 2 award-winning books, I Feel Ya, Awakening the Gift of Feeling, and I Feel Ya, Awakening the Gift of Feeling, Children's Edition. And more recently, he has created the YouTube channel Empathy Knows, where he provides a free accessibility to the psycho-spiritual tools and information he has gathered and created throughout his career working as a psychotherapist. Welcome, Mr. Eric French. We're so excited to hear. Thank you for being here.
Our volunteer AV team, give them a big clap. Thank you. They are otherwise full-time professionals coming here to volunteer for this conference. Professionals doing their IT and other software jobs, coding.
It's so good to be together. There really is something about being together in a group and the group resonance and meditating together as a group. thank you. I want to say thank you, Chandra. I'm just looking right at Chandra. And Sonal Doshi and Sri Devi for that introduction. It feels like the whole day has been contemplation and meditation, contemplating meditation and meditation. We've learned so much. I am already, my wheels are spinning with how I want to up my game with meditation. And I'm feeling inspired by the content that's been shared so far. I want to, I don't know, for the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking about what can I share, what do I have to offer that I can bring, about meditation, or, so I was like listening inside and kind of came up with some things that are kind of my thing. So I'll be speaking to you, I think, more as an artist and a psychotherapist, coming from the trenches. So before we start, how I'd like to start is by sharing with you a video, short video, that I think will help you guys get to know me a little bit and maybe lay a little bit of the foundation for what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to try this again. Okay, so this is the third time I'm trying this, because the first time I ran out of memory. The second time I forgot to plug in the mic. I think everything's right now. Okay. Here it is. The path to all your power, your wisdom, your creative genius, your true identity, the meaning of your life, and the fulfillment of your wildest dreams, most simply put, is your willingness to allow, be present with, and seek to understand your feelings. Feeling awareness is everything. Everything we see and do and say extends from what we feel. So understanding our feeling experience is outrageously important. Our relationship with ourselves is a dialogue of feeling. We don't get up in the morning and look in the mirror and have a conversation. Hey, Eric, you're gonna have a good day today? Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it my best. Okay, you got this. You can do this. You're smart. You're handsome. You're bullshitting me. I know the truth. Everything that we look at, everything we give our attention to, everything we think about registers as a feeling. It's a feedback loop, and it's going on constantly. So feelings tell us about ourselves, what's going on with ourselves. Feelings can tell us about what's happening in others, what's happening in the world. And we use feelings to have impact on our world and on our relationships, and whether we're paying attention to it or not, on ourselves. Eventually this will work and nobody sees how great I feel so much better. I'm good. Feelings are the power of magic we possess in our world. It's the power of feeling that creates our dreams and our night terrors when we're sleeping. And it's the same power that ultimately creates the unique circumstances of our daily living.
Your life.
My life. Whatever dream you would have manifest in the extended body of your life circumstances has to begin with paying attention to and attuning your inner body. You can work hard, chop the wood, carry the water, pound the pavement, prepare and carve and climb, but nothing will change unless the energy moves, unless the emotion is set into motion. But most of us are congested. I'll show you. Right now, take a breath, listen inside, feel around. What is your heart's desire? The biggest thing. What do you know about it? The calling, the quest, the experience. Erase the blackboard, no rules, no limitations. Be gone with the old story, pause the problem. What does the deepest, most sensitive part of your heart seek? Feel something? You may want to pause here. Now breathe with it. And if you can, allow yourself to really feel what it feels like to experience it. One breath is all it takes to begin, to plant the seed. Each intentional breath is a step in awareness, a step in consciousness. Now some of you may be feeling joy, excitement, enthusiasm, energy, but some of us may be feeling resistance, frustration, sadness, or even shame. For most of us, it's a little bit of both. But don't worry. The resistance is just the shit that's in the way of the good stuff. The hard and lucky to know truth is that the only way out is through that stuff. The good news is, it can be done.
I think I can.
He's beginning to believe.
You are great.
A Jedi.
Dracarys.
Whatever's next for you on your journey, breathe with it. It may be a hard feeling, it may be an exciting and hopeful feeling. There may be something to release, there may be something to breathe into, something new, a new awareness or possibility. Either way, you will have moved forward in awareness, in consciousness, and you'll be a step closer to being your true self, a step closer to fulfilling your heart's wildest dream, a step closer to getting to the next place, to freedom, or perhaps a step closer to hope. Whatever the case, the next thing to do is to write down what you saw and felt and put some representation of it somewhere where you'll see it every day. So you remember, and you'll keep coming back and feeling your way to what's next on your path. If you keep coming back to this location in your consciousness, you'll become more aware and you'll know what to do next. But you have to keep coming back, keep focusing and feeling and intending and grieving the shit that's in the way. More to come on that in another video. That's it. Making and taking the time to be present with the truth of your heart, with your heart's call. Just a commitment to that alone will eventually get you there. The answers will come, the phone will ring, the synchronicities, signs, omens, whatever you want to call it. You'll notice the writing on the wall. You'll begin to see what needs to be done next. And you'll do it because you won't be able to stand it. You won't be able to stand not moving forward because of how you feel. So that's the carrot. Here's the stick. We live in the most feeling avoidant, emotionally suppressed, chemically addicted, and glamour-obsessed time in history. There are more ways than ever to avoid your feelings, and it's easier than ever to tell a delusional story to ourselves and our world. But when you lay your head down at night, when you look into the eyes of your child, or if you get lucky enough to find yourself reminded that one day you must die, ask yourself, who do I know myself to be, really? What am I being right now? What will be my contribution today? Our happiness, fulfillment, and perhaps the survival of humanity depends on it. Feeling awareness is everything. This process is nuts. Thank you. So I wanted to start out by maybe asking everyone to just close their eyes and ask this question. What is your personal reason for practicing meditation? Sometimes it's easier to see things with our eyes closed. What is your personal reason? Where is meditation taking you? And how do you see yourself implementing meditation in your life? See yourself doing that now. Good. Now you can open your eyes. We all, we talked so much today about the benefits of meditation. These are some of them: peace, creativity, humility, gratitude, hope, confidence, healing, compassion, feeling connected in community, caring, self-assured, maybe greater strength, inner guidance. Those are some. There are more. But probably one of the most helpful things to talk about are the resistances that come up to meditation. Why do I have trouble staying consistent? Why do I feel anxious when I try to meditate? Why do I sometimes want to cry during meditation? I can't stay still. I don't have time. Sometimes I want to scream. The answer to the question is sometimes we don't even get to sitting down and doing meditation. The answer to the question is really about how we're feeling. And probably more aptly put, about feelings that we're not wanting to feel. So when I meet with a client, the first thing that I tell them is that I like to feel effective in my work and that feelings are important. Because, as was stated in the video, you know, the way you have a relationship with yourself is through feelings. There's a feedback loop. It's going on all the time. And I know from experience that it's really hard to make changes and become more self-aware if we're not feeling our feelings. So feelings are important. Consciousness is in your whole body. Feelings are messages to and from the self and to and from the whole world. And we have to feel the feelings to get the messages. Sometimes it's just not enough to know that you're sad or know that you're mad or hurt or feeling guilty or feeling shame. In order to really understand where that feeling has come from, we have to let that energy pass over our body. So core feelings. So this is where we start talking about emotional intelligence and just sort of being aware of what our emotional anatomy is. So you can kind of visualize this like an orb or a globe. That's the Earth. And the North Pole is this love experience, or perhaps the quantum field. Unconditional love, sort of moving about, circulating through and animating everything. And then fear, so there's this great big expansion at the North Pole, and then fear is this great big vacuum. Whenever you feel fear, you feel like it's like sucking the air out of your breath. And then joy and sadness is like the sun coming up over there, and then the sun going down. So it's just a natural and necessary cycle. Nobody likes it when I tell them this, but half your life will be spent feeling sadness because everything dies, everything changes, everything comes to an end. But it doesn't have to be meaningless. Our sadness can be bittersweet. And our sadness actually helps us to appreciate and really feel our joy. This morning, during the first meditation, I had feelings of gratitude and I had tears. And, and I would qualify that as sadness. And what was happening was I was having an experience, I was releasing an experience of something that was no longer serving me. In other words, feeling anxious. And this experience of peace and connectedness and safety and home was coming in. So let me just skip forward here. And then there is assertion and surrender, what I used to call anger and gratitude. So we need feelings of, another way to understand anger, and anger gets a bad rap, is just like energetic intensity. So one of the things you can do is like squeeze your fist, and you'll feel energy and heat in your hand, and then you can relax it and let go, and you'll feel the experience of surrender or passivity. Everything that we do, every moment, even right now, the command you have over your attention while you're listening to me is some degree of emotional intensity or energetic intensity. Right now, me standing up here and speaking to you, I'm using some degree of intensity. But we want to use intensity in just the right measure. The purpose for that intensity is really to hold boundaries. I always say this is an ancient symbol. It means blessing, it means healing, it means support, and it also means stop. And when we're in balance with our assertion and surrender, that's all one thing, Holding a boundary with someone, a healthy boundary, can be blessing and healing and support. It's also blessing and healing and support for yourself. But all too often, what happens with intensity is we use it in our bodies to suppress more vulnerable feelings, to hold attention in our body. And usually that's connected to very unique stressors or conditions or issues from our past, feelings that we don't want to feel. And if you've ever met someone who has a lot of anger or intensity that they walk with, it's kind of like they're walking around pushing down inside, but they're also going to meet people the same way they're meeting their self. So our meditation practice, so what happens in meditation is this other side, surrender, relaxation. And when that happens, and observation, we can kind of observe the emotional experience that's going on with us and become aware. This was probably 20 years ago. Command of attention, prerequisite for successful meditation. The conventional wisdom says, when you notice a thought, gently bring your attention back to whatever your point of focus is. And that's really the best way to be in relationship with yourself. It must have been, I was 18 years old, I'm 51 now. I was at a place called the School of Metaphysics, and there were lessons from the Self-Realization Fellowship. I think it was from Yogananda, and one of the exercises that we did was called a candle concentration exercise. And what you did, you put the candle about an arm length away, and you just focused on the flame. And every time your attention wandered, you would gently bring your back to the flame, and set a timer for 10 minutes. And at the end of 10 minutes, I would notice that I wasn't thinking about the flame. I was somewhere else. And one day, I just decided I was going to keep doing that exercise over and over again until I stayed with the flame. And another 10 minutes goes by, and I was somewhere else. And another 10 minutes goes by, and I was somewhere else. And I was pushing harder and harder and harder. And then I just got present and broke. And I had a cry over the frustration of not being able to stay where I wanted to be. And I think I put my head down. I'm pretty sure what bubbled up in my awareness was memories of some past experience of being, told I was insufficient or not good enough or something. We all get those messages when we're little in some form. But then I got back up, or sat back up, and was able to complete the 10 minutes and was still focused on the flame at the end of the 10 minutes. So sometimes it's, in order for us to be fully present and to be successful with our attention and to successfully meditate, we have to allow some feelings to bubble up and release. We have to allow some energy to move. Which leads us to this concept I like to call personal integrity. So when I say personal integrity, I don't mean adherence to any moral, ethical, religious, or even legal code. I'm talking about watertight integrity. I'm talking about, like, this vessel has the capacity to hold this substance. Each one of us has a container. That is our true self. That's our character, our preferences, our values, our personality, what we've built. And every day in the world, we're challenged to make compromises to that, to do things or say things that we don't really want to do or say. Maybe to let somebody take advantage of us, or maybe we get messages put inside of us, and beliefs or ideas about ourselves that just are not true, that are not us. So this bowl metaphor is really useful, and it's a concept I'll use in my practice just for everybody to think about how they're holding themselves, how well they're holding themselves. So this is one of my favorite quotes. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Yeah. So when we sit for meditation, Chandra was talking about this morning, that it's not about, staying like I was trying to do when I was a kid all those years ago. But it is the act. We have to try. And during that process, awarenesses come. And that's unique and individual for each one of us. And as a psychotherapist, I can tell you that healing happens when people are realizing the things, that are happening inside of them, what they're doing, what they're being, that is hurting their self. And that is often not a comfortable process. So I think the message that I want to share here is that sometimes release of emotional suppressions and resolution of integrity issues may be required in order to recover psychic energy, bring healing to old wounds, and allow for greater presence and embodiment of the self, both in the meditation practice and in the life. So noticing integrity issues. Doesn't this look fun? So examples of integrity issues: suppressed feelings, a need to release or acknowledge or allow feelings that are consciously or unconsciously held back or avoided. Incomplete communications, a need to communicate things like apologies, acknowledgments, confessions, and confrontations. Sometimes that's like a conversation we need to have with somebody, to have with our spouse, to have with a friend, a boss, a coworker. Sometimes it's a conversation we can have in the ether, in the quantum field. Like sometimes it's something we can do in spirit. But the idea is that we're paying attention to what's happening and then we're responding to it. And this, I want to say, this can happen, this can just ensue as a result of meditation. And we've been talking about this. I think it does. I think this happens all the time. People develop a practice of meditation and they sit with it and they start changing. But I'm pretty sure that along the way, they're feeling some feelings. They're allowing some things to move through them, releasing some things, processing things. So dealing with avoided confrontations, sometimes a need to push back oppressors, establish new boundaries, requests, questions. A need to, you might need to ask your boss for a raise or ask your spouse for more time, clear up assumptions. A lot of assumptions happen in human relationships, a lot of miscommunications that start a lot of fights, I can tell you from couples therapy. Secrets and lies, a need to come clean or come out about one's hidden actions and or true nature. So whenever we have these old things that we're holding shame in our body, really uncomfortable feelings. And we want to clean that up. And when we do, everything deepens. We feel more whole, we have more energy, and probably meditation deepens. Broken agreements, a need to reestablish a commitment so that rebuilding trust can begin. Bad agreements, a need to renegotiate old agreements that no longer serve you. And then there's broken and bad agreements with the self, a need to reestablish healthy agreements or identify and reevaluate old unhealthy agreements with oneself. And then, let's see, physical health concerns. So we need to take care of ourselves, basic things, but I think everybody in this room knows that sometimes people just avoid addressing things that are going on with them. We don't want to go to the doctor. The last speaker was talking about that a little bit because we don't want to look at it, and it's scary. Denials, the need to acknowledge a truth to oneself. Dirty and messy spaces, these are a little mundane. Debts to collect, debts owed, unreturned borrowings or lendings, old to-dos, chemical addictions. These are big ones. Process addictions as well. So everybody knows what a chemical addiction is. A process addiction can be anything. It can be screens, video games, food, sex, anything that produces natural chemicals in your brain. Most of us have some kind of chemical or process avoidances, ways that we put things away or suppress things, repress things. And it is the process of meditation does bring those things to awareness in time. So personal integrity means being present and embodying your true self. Professional and interpersonal integrity extend from the conditions of one's personal integrity. So we've been talking a lot about the professional environment, and there's been a lot of testimony about personal changes. I do believe that eventually when we're conflicted inside ourselves, when we're not in integrity with ourselves, when we're not being true to who we are, we're on stilts. And eventually, whatever is happening inside of us is going to have an impact on the environment around us. And this is, again, why a practice of meditation is so important. We can only love the world as well as we are loving and caring for the self. We can only receive from the world what we are able to give to the self. And what is out of balance within the self eventually finds a way to make its way known, manifesting in our experience. So, meditation supports living in integrity. So no matter how practiced we are, no matter how much we strive for peace, whatever is congested or unfinished in our emotional system will inevitably and quite naturally seek expression. And depending on how ingrained these patterns are, we might eventually need to do more than just practicing returning our attention to our breath. We might need to stay with the feeling that's coming up and explore it, give it a voice, and allow it to pass over us, allow it to release. And I'll give you an example very quickly. Yesterday I was watching Chandra speak. I think it was the India conference, and he's a very good speaker. And I too have perfectionism. And he's walking back and forth with his headset on, and it's very dynamic, and it's very much a power talk. And I was getting anxious, like, oh my gosh, I have to do a power talk. And feeling insecure. And, we had a funeral yesterday morning, and then the rest of the day I spent looking all this stuff over. And then I think I fell asleep at like 9, and then I woke up at 1 and started looking at it again. So the perfectionist in the room, cheers. And then, I finally just gave up and sat up and went and sat, and I was with the anxiety. It was anxiety. By the way, anxiety is a word that we use to describe fear when we don't know what we're afraid of. And so I was just with the fear. I was like, what is this? I know it's not about Chandra, I mean, your hair's kind of like my dad's. You'll have a whole different complexion. And then suddenly, when I finally made a decision to just be with the thing that I was trying to, I was actually even going, okay, just observe my breath, just that. And then I was like, what is it? And a film reel of both my parents, of like, I remember I wanted to get a jacket. Like similar to what Chandra is wearing. And because I wanted to be a teacher, and my mom was saying, why do you want that? And very invalidating. And then there's some really hardcore ones with my dad that I don't even want to talk about up here because I feel like I put you guys through enough already. But what happened was I just felt it. Instead of staying in fear of the feeling, I grieved it. I felt the shame and the pain, and I let it pass over me. And then, you know what? I went to sleep. So, this morning, I didn't know I was going to share that story, but I did have a lot of worry about sharing this information and how it was going to land. I imagine some people are liking it and some people are not. It's uncomfortable. But meditation isn't about comfort. It's about presence and consciousness. And when we get aware, and awareness, and when we get more aware, something's going to change. Change is going to happen. And in order for change to happen, energy has to move. And where it moves first is in our own being. So I wrote you guys a letter, a love letter. I'm going to read that. Partly because I thought this was a sweet way to end. Also because I knew I wanted to say these things and I knew I wasn't going to remember. Dear attendees of the first Regional Conference of Meditation Leaders, living in personal integrity is a constant effort. We have to continually practice observing ourselves. When we practice meditation, we learn to observe ourselves in the most honest way. And so we cannot help but become more self-aware. And becoming more self-aware is very rarely a comfortable experience. Becoming more aware will always mean change of some kind. But when we are true to who we really are, it is a beautiful change. We show up and make our contribution. We give our gift and take our place in the great symphonic procession of humanity. And our doing so supports everyone else in doing the same. Your integrity inherently supports me and my integrity, and mine and yours. It is how we're all connected. In truth, meditation is a courageous act. Consciousness calls us to become fully aware of who we really are, eventually requiring us to release all that is in the way. And this does periodically involve facing fear and feeling what's on the other side. At the beginning of this talk, I asked you each to consider why you practice meditation. It is my hope that your practice will help you to be your true self. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. French. That was a great video that what you showed about the feeling awareness and talked about feeling thinking loop. We're constantly in that loop, but how are you going to be aware of it? Meditation greatly helps with that awareness, and also for sharing a lot of cleansing of unwanted or suppressed emotions. Practicing meditation really helps with that cleansing and bringing the awareness and letting go of those unwanted and suppressed emotions too. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I would like to invite Shrikant Garlagaru and Dr. Priya to felicitate Mr. Yeah, please stay. Would like to give you a small appreciation of token, a token of appreciation. Priya, yeah, please come. There you go. Thank you so much. Have a picture, all of us. Okay, so let's do a short meditation again, and then followed by a panel discussion on excellence, holistic health excellence. Thank you.
Actually, can you invite the panelists onto the stage?
Okay, small change. We'll invite the panelists first, and then we'll put the chairs, and you can meditate on the stage, and then go right into the panel discussion. Okay. So our panelists today, Dr. G.V. Naidu garu. Let me introduce and welcome Dr. G.V. Naidu garu. Dr. G.V. Naidu, a distinguished gastroenterologist, has left an indelible mark not only in the medical field but also in the realms of spirituality and humanitarianism. Throughout his illustrious career, Dr. Naidu has served as a beacon of compassion and dedication, earning accolades for his tireless efforts in healthcare and community service. As the former chairman and president of the Hindu Temple of St. Louis, Dr. Naidu played a pivotal role in fostering unity and harmony within the local Hindu community while promoting interfaith dialogue and understanding. His leadership and vision have helped shape the temple into a vibrant hub of cultural exchange and spiritual enrichment. Beyond confines of his local community, Dr. Naidu's humanitarian spirit has taken him to distant corners of the globe. With unwavering commitment, he has volunteered his medical expertise in underserved regions of India, Nepal, Ghana, Haiti, and Peru, providing vital healthcare services to those in need. His selfless contributions have touched the lives of countless individuals, embodying the essence of compassion and service. Garu, please welcome. Our next panelist, Dr. Ashalata Tatineni. Dr. Ashalata, hailing from a family deeply rooted in education and spiritual development, achieved academic excellence at Osmania Medical College, earning gold medals and honors. After marrying into the culturally diverse Tatineni family and settling in St. Louis, she balanced her roles as a dedicated mother and wife while pursuing a career in medicine. Dr. Ashalata's expertise spans both internal medicine and emergency medicine, reflecting her commitment to comprehensive patient care despite her semi-retired status. Alongside her medical practice, she explores spiritual growth through pyramid meditation, integrating this practice into her daily life for solace and clarity. Driven by a passion for mentoring and guiding others, Dr. Ashalata offers online counseling, focusing particularly on postgraduates in need of support and mentorship. With her compassionate presence and wealth of experience, she empowers individuals to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. Dr. Ashalata embodies the essence of a healer, both in realm of medicine and in guiding others in their journeys of self-discovery and healing. Dr. Ashalata garu, please welcome onto the stage. And now our third panelist, Dr. Anand Lakshmi Narasimhachar. Dr. Anand Lakshmi Narasimhachar is a professor in anesthesiology at Washington University School of Medicine, specializing in cardiothoracic and transplant anesthesia. With an MBBS from Bangalore Medical College and post-graduation from the Postgraduate Institute in Chandigarh, he earned his FRCA in anesthesia from King's College Hospital, London. Over the past 2 decades at Bonds Jewish Hospital, he serves as the clinical director of anesthesia for general surgery and director for resident education. Beyond medicine, Dr. Anand practices Sudarshan Kriya for 8 years, teaching SKY Yoga, Sky Yoga for the last 2 years. He passionately shares his interest in ancient Indian wisdom and Hindu philosophy, dedicating weekends to teaching high school students about Hindu culture and philosophy. Dr. Anandji, please welcome to the stage. And now I invite Sonal Ajmera Doshi, who you have already heard from her, but let me formally introduce her. Blessed and forever grateful for being born and brought up in Swami's fold in a Gujarati Jain family in Mumbai, worked as an interior designer for CK and Bharat Architects, hotel designer firm in India. Received a bachelorate in management information systems and nursing, and graduate of masters of science in acute and critical care here in US, and a certified yoga instructor. Sonal currently working as an acute care nurse practitioner for inpatient surgery patients in pain management at Bonds Jewish Hospital in the Department of Anesthesiology, and assists in family hospitality business. Love is my she says, love is my profession and serving is my life goal. Yoga, meditation, art, decorations, opportunities to serve in healthcare, traveling, cooking, dancing, practicing mindfulness and non-judgment is her most favorite life aspirations. A proud and privileged mom of a daughter, Jessica, and blessed wife of Raj Doshi is her husband. That's how I had to introduce Raj, I guess. And a forever grateful soul walking her incredible journey on this earth under all her beloved teachers and gurus, love and guidance. And she loves the opportunity to learn lessons, to expand the light within, to realize the truth. She is honored for this opportunity and will make all efforts to seek and serve in humility. Welcome, Sonal Doshi. And now I would like to invite Chandra sir, please, who doesn't need any more introduction.
Thank you. We will go into a brief meditation, dear friends, and then we will start with the panel discussion. Meditate, yes. Relax yourself, dear friends. Those of you who are new, meditation means to attempt to empty the mind. We have thousands of thoughts in the mind, and most of them are negative, redundant. So the goal is to empty the mind, and we do that by observing our natural breath. We're doing a short meditation. As you see in the picture, you're sitting with your legs crossed at ankle, fingers into fingers, hands clasped, and then keeping your hands rested in your lap. And if you're wearing spectacles, remove them and close your eyes. Be comfortable in your body. You can take back support. Spine need not be erect. And observe your normal, natural breath. When you observe your breath, anywhere on the nose as a reference point, when you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. And as your mind is becoming empty, you may experience total emptiness around. Observe it, be a witness to it. In case you have thoughts, and thoughts do come, I'd like you to bring your awareness and attention back to the breath, and then observe the breath again, and then go into the empty states again. I'll be playing light music. I will also guide Dear friends, we are going into powerful group meditation. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath with your eyes closed, specs removed. Observe your breath. Your mind slowly becomes empty. As your mind is becoming empty, you experience greater emptiness. The quantum field of energy yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Less matter, more emptiness and energy. Allow yourself to stay connected to this emptiness and blackness, that void. Yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath. This is the field of wisdom, the field of will, the field of energy. The more you stay aware of it, the more insightful you become, the more creative you become, the more purposeful you become. stay aware of this emptiness, the field of connection, the more empathetic you become. And slowly bring your awareness back to your body, and whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends, hope you enjoyed that short session. Madam, how are you experiencing the SEC conference?
How experiencing the conference? Yes. I must say that it's something that's definitely coming from the heart. And with sincerity for doing good for mankind. And based on putting it into language that is acceptable to the worldwide community. This is not anything new. The basic teachings here are from the ancient wisdom of Sanatana Dharma. But you cannot go to just anybody and say, I'm going to teach you Sanatana Dharma. You have to put it in the language of the time and age that we are in. And I feel that you, Chandra, have done that by listening to the inspiration that comes within and the beauty that is in each and every soul. And what I would so much like to see transpire from the work that you're doing is that more and more of humanity get an opportunity to realize the beauty that lies within. In today's world, where people are constantly checked in to think negative, to constantly think that they are only the body, and not seeing the brotherhood of man, not feeling the love that's in their heart, and the glory and majesty of creation, is a sad, sad state of affairs. Mankind has been going through all these struggles for all these years. And still the same cycles go round and round. But what you're doing here today is helping people through a very simple approach and through simple words that's easy for people to relate to turn from the outer world to the inner world, which is the reality. And I think that you have established a very good footpath to take people to that state of peace, which is the birthright of each and every human being. Good job.
Thank you much. This is Patriji's inspiration for me. He had nothing. This Grandmaster, I'm sure we will listen to the videos, but there is all over there in the channel called Pyramid Meditation Channel. He had nothing with him, literally nothing with him, but then he went around the world. Nothing, I say, no bank accounts, no cell phones, no purses. He is a person who does not carry any of those, but is fully empowered from inside. Fully empowered from inside, and then today millions and millions are practicing meditation because we fundamentally believe we are that consciousness. We have that power in us. If we think so, we can create things. And so the inspirations comes from him, and then many of our Buddha CEOs and Pyramid Masters who are helping make this a beautiful journey for all of us together. So thank you so much. All right. Sonalji, to you.
Thank you, Chandra, sir. Thank you, everyone, for your time and your presence. And thank you to all the incredible presenters who created this experience today and shared their heart. As we all are assimilating this beautiful experience of being here today, what is it that important that I am going to share with you? Is a heart-to-heart transformational story, my life after meditation. Growing up in India, inculcating values, having wonderful growing up in a spiritual family where I learned about faith, patience, love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. And I was 20 years old when I got married and I met my husband, Raj Doshi. Hi, Raj. And came here with a 3-year-old daughter. And all my challenges and misery became magical. After 30 years of our marriage, going through different programs, you can see I have been very open to change from interior designer to information systems to now acute care nurse practitioner and a meditation coach. So why me became wow me. That's what happened to me after meditation, after Buddha's CEO Quantum Foundation came in my life. So everything that we learned from the East, most of us have rituals and values that we have learned, but we have forgotten in today's world why we're doing what we're doing. In the cutting edge technology, we have everything. Google God is there to answer, right? So what happened to our children? What happened to our society? Why are we depressed more than ever? Why are we more anxious? Why do we have suicidal rate? That's because we have lost our humanity. We've become efficient machines. And so did I. When I came here, I was, a wonderful wife, a daughter-in-law staying in a joint family, trying to be this incredible mother, incredible community, member. And very, very grateful for all the challenges that universe throws at you, because I always believed the universe, that we call it quantum physics, divine, Swami, whoever you relate to, that he is the author of my life. And it can't be just anything. It has to be incredible. It's only given to you when you know you're worth it. And there's something more coming out of you. There's more of it I took that, I realized after doing meditation, going through 30 years working in, especially in COVID, uncertainty came. Being in healthcare, our vacations were frozen. We didn't know what to expect next. I have an 85-year-old mother in India, 3 sisters, I'm the only one here. I never heard that, it'll be where I can't cross this country now, and we don't know what's happening next. So going through those life, it was not one event that emotionally broke me. It was leaving my entire world at the age of 20, going through these different experiences while I'm here as an immigrant, going through corporate challenges, job challenges, personal life challenges. You're trying to balance everything to your best of ability. I had this facade doing great, because at the end of the day, we do everything for an emotional payoff. And everything was great. You know, I accomplished all my goals, raised my daughter with the whole village of our Sai family together. But somewhere along, I realized that I was emptying myself. My cup was empty. And now I'm pouring from that empty cup. So when I'm going to, whether it's my family, my patients, my community, I just have that external facade. There's nothing internal. And I was crying. Every night I was crying. And I learned about emotional intelligence. And doing meditation, I learned my first meditation art of living in 1992. And just like everyone else, you know, fell off the wagon. I learned about mindfulness, Thich Nhat Hanh, and went to his monasteries, learned about Eightfold Path, Four Noble Truths. Everything served. There came Dr. Jaime Sanchez. I did a yoga instructor training when I turned 50. I thought I was doing yoga to learn asanas, and I realized it's so much more. It's a way of life. I learned about Patanjali Sutras. I thought I was coming from India knowing about yoga. Here, my yoga instructor, who's from Venezuela, teaching me Patanjali Sutras. Sonal, welcome to reality. And all of this healed me because I was very aware working in healthcare that everything that we experience, as we talked about, and I'm sure we'll hear from all the physicians here, that everything that we are facing today in the world of health is due to inflammation, due to stress. So what did we do to ourselves? And I was aware of it, but I didn't know what to do with it, how to change that. I had lost my happy place. I lost that little girl in me who was so excited about everything in life. And it wasn't any event. It wasn't any one thing. It was cumulative effect of living your life by default and not by design. And that's when I had heard about Patriji sir, about the meditation. My dear friend Jogesh, who's not here today with us physically, introduced me, and I said, oh my gosh, he's talking about another guru here, you know, and after 2 years of procrastination, finally it was my good luck that I attended my first 40 days program from Buddha's CEO Quantum Foundation, and that changed my life. Because what Chandra sir, I cannot put enough in words. He's combined the best of East and the best of West. Everything together, the whole program, explains in a common layman term, where even if my mother had to hear this program in Gujarati, in her native language, she will understand everything. And that's when I understood what is, you know, hardworking is great. Yes, you will achieve your dreams. But instead of chasing, we can attract. That's what I learned with Chandra sir. Also, why doing all these different programs, then we get tired, we're not regular about it, we fall off the wagon. But by doing it regularly, bringing your bodies in homeostasis, learning about heart and brain coherence, what it really does at a cellular level, how it changes. And I experienced those myself. For example, I'm a thalassemia minor, which means my hemoglobin level is always going to be on the low side. That doesn't, unless you have some complications, that's when you have to be careful. And I wasn't really pursuing anything, but when I was completely stressed, you know, as you say, you don't repair, you keep repeating. And I do have to thank my dear friend Eric, who's also my therapist. And, he taught me so many things. And always told me that be true to yourself. We don't acknowledge our own selves. And by doing regular meditation, when I went to the doctor, it was just my regular physical checkup. And he said, your hemoglobin level is 11.5. This was after 2 times of doing 40 days program. It was not even years. And he said, it's 11.5. I said, oh, no, it's a mistake. It's somebody else's. I couldn't even believe it was me. So what does that say? He talks about limiting beliefs. He has beautiful concepts that's one after another. It's like, wow, I thought I knew it all. And now it's again this. So something happened in my body at the cellular level where my hemoglobin level, I didn't make any changes to my diet or anything external. I just was in my happy place. I was regularly meditating. I like to sit on the floor to do the meditation, and I started having this knee inflammation, which means it doesn't allow me to sit for more than 30, 40 minutes. And then I would have to stretch, and I would have to do all of that. And then he was talking about how we can heal our own body when you can invoke within yourself, you can connect to that quantum field, going from your body mind to your energy mind. And then you don't have to go for any abundance. You are that abundance. And that experience I had after doing regular meditation with him. And lo and behold, didn't even realize it, that now I don't have no knee pain and I can sit for 3 to 4 hours at a time if I need to. So, my dear friends, regular practice of meditation, I could go on and on, but I think we will hear from all the other experts now. So thank you for this time. And we have a wonderful video now to see how meditation helps our emotional, mental, and physical health. Thank you.
Too. Well-being and energy determines the quality of life and our experiences. Feeling good always, living a wholesome life, and healing is not just a blessing for a chosen few. In fact, these are possible for each one of us. But what is holding us back from experiencing holistic health and well-being every day, and why? Studies across the world have indicated that most bodily diseases are psychosomatic. It is our past conditioning, childhood environment, our subconscious, limiting beliefs, and news and information we consume. To overcome the hold that subconscious beliefs have over our body and mind needs just one simple change in us: excellence of body and mind health. Simple meditation practice can ensure our holistic well-being, feeling increased physical vitality, working with sharper memory power, raises our emotional intelligence, experiencing social harmony. Achieving a deep, restful state enables homeostasis in the body, reprograms our limiting beliefs, regulates our body hormones, decreases fear and anxiety, helps us access the most regeneration and creative regions of the brain. Research shows significant benefits of meditation. Cortisol levels dropped by 37%, immunity level rose by 113%, and blood pressure dropped by 6% in regular meditators. Cancer outpatient participants who practiced meditation in a trial were found to have an overall reduction of 65% in their mood disturbance and a 31% reduction in symptoms of stress. A study with nearly 3,500 participants concluded that meditators showed a greater ability to cope with pain and experience reduced pain sensations.
For over 20 years, Meena Joyshir, a senior leader in the IT industry, was suffering from what doctors had diagnosed as fibromyalgia, a condition which caused debilitating neck, shoulder, and back pain. With just 40 days of meditation, she, however, saw a remarkable improvement in her condition.
20 years ago, I had developed severe neck, shoulder, and middle back pain due to my constant air travel, and doctors diagnosed it as fibromyalgia. To my surprise, I saw a huge decrease in my fibromyalgia pain in first 40-day session.
A doctor's search for happiness, truth, and meditation as medication led Dr. GK, a practicing MBBS, to experience miraculous recoveries. Through the power of epigenetics and as a founder of Spiritual Tablets, he has empowered hundreds of people on the path of self-healing. Here is Manisha Gupta's story in her own words. A single woman and a teacher counselor based in New Delhi. She was diagnosed with desmoplastic small cell round tumor in the chest wall in 2018. Her journey from having undergone 37 chemotherapy sessions to now being completely medicine-free since the last 2 years and 7 months is not just a miracle, but a must-learn meditation science for everyone.
जो सबसे बड़ा बदलाव था कॉन्फिडेंस और एक्सेप्टेंस, सबसे पहले जो मेरे अंदर आया, और एक इंटरनल हैप्पीनेस, अंदर से खुश रहना. अब मुझे नहीं मालूम क्या ऐसा मिरेकल हुआ मेरे साथ कि मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा एनर्जी मिली वहाँ से.
Mamta Rani's multiple health issues were taking a huge toll on her physical and mental health. Her story of how she cured her asthma, insomnia, sinusitis, anxiety, and lung infection without surgery, but through meditation.
ఎప్పుడైతే నేను ధ్యానం నేర్చుకున్నానో, అంటే ధ్యాన ప్రవేశానికి వచ్చాను, నాకుండే అన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కూడా నేను ఈ రోజు పూర్తిగా బయటికి వచ్చానండి.
Witness the inspiring healing journey of Peter Rice, director of Ramapur College Alumni Foundation in New Jersey. After trying many medical treatments for Levitt-Rani syndrome without any success, Peter says he found relief only through meditation.
I have a serious medical condition called Levitt-Rani syndrome. Went to many doctors at different hospitals, tried everything to cure a severe pain that I was having, and the only thing that worked was meditation.
Being the director of a software company and a corporate leader came with its challenges for Rajeshwari Mutham. In her quest to seek her way out of depression, she came across meditation, which not only gave her a positive outlook on life and emotional balance, but also helped her get promoted through positive intentions.
In 2019, I began my meditation journey due to the severe illness caused by too much work stress. I sought help from my doctors and who diagnosed me with the severe depression and acid reflux. And though the medication was suggested, I decided to explore natural remedies. And unfortunately, I heard about meditation and I felt immense happy, and I believed it could heal. And it was quite a journey actually. So I started about 5 to 10 minutes of sitting and gradually increased over time. Within 3 months, I was able to sit for 40 minutes and I noticed my symptoms got improved as well. My work productivity has improved immensely, and within 3.5 years, I got 2 promotions, and ultimately I became a director of software engineering.
Whatever medical science says it is incurable, impossible, generally I don't believe in it. Because I have seen with the thousands of meditators, last 30 years, I keep hearing these success stories, the renal failure on dialysis, a person completely reversed. no dialysis, creatinine, urea, everything was normal again.
Supreme boss of the body. Everything is psychosomatic. All medical fraternity needs the practice of meditation to understand what is meditation. Then they will recommend meditation to their patients. Your body reflects the state of the mind.
Our health is the biggest gift for us. Through the science of meditation, every day miracles become the new normal. Through a simple meditation practice, you are just one step away from great health. You can introduce meditation into your organization and community with the help of Project Excellence Center and its resources including assistance in training. Reach out to us at excellence@buddhaceo.org.
How wonderful. You know, we're not taking away from the conventional medicine, but what we're saying here is we have our own pharmacy. And by doing simple practice of regular meditation, we can bring that homeostasis to our body. And that's what exactly happened to me. I found my happy place back again. Chaos may be the same, better or worse, but I'm able to now witness it. Because I realize that first and foremost, our own self-care is important, filling our own cup so that we can give it to our family, to our community, and to the world at once. So moving forward, we have Dr. G.V. Naidu, sir, and we would love, we all know who are here from St. Louis. He's a pioneer here I know, he doesn't want me to say anything. But what we would want to know is, we would love to hear your experience in your personal and professional life about how meditation has helped you.
Personal life, okay. In clinical practice, of course, we see a lot of patients. Many health diseases are related to the stress. As I told earlier, autoimmune diseases, many of them like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, we don't know the reasons. We still think that probably the stress conditions are responsible for them. Spastic colitis is one of the conditions which gives lower abdominal pains with change in the bowel movements like diarrhea, constipation, etc. Many people experience that between 20 and 40 years of age. They're all related to the stress. At that state, because you have seen the benefits of meditation, one of the statements is, body shows the state of consciousness of mind. When you frown, 47 muscles in the face, they come into action. When you smile, only 12 muscles come into action. So when you are frowning, 35 muscles more are acting. So that on a daily basis continues like that. We see the wrinkles and old age much earlier than the anticipated age. And basically, control of thoughts is the one which forms the basis of meditation. Mind is monkey, we all know. Indians know how the monkey behaves.
Can you please put this back? People are saying they can't hear you.
Okay.
Just 45 degrees like this, close.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm outspoken generally. Mind, as you know, is like a monkey. Monkey never stays calm. Always jittery, and if doesn't do anything, at least scratches his head. So Swami Vivekananda dramatically says, mind is like a drunken monkey. You know, monkey itself is jittery, and when it is drunk, what happens? Then stung by a scorpion, and then possessed by a demon. Now we can see the state of the monkey. That is how our mind behaves all the time. And it's very difficult to control the mind, because Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, is as difficult as controlling the wind. Now you can imagine. So during meditation, thoughts become thoughtless. The thought forms the basis of all the other actions. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in chapter 2, Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha Sangatse Supajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kama Krodho Bijayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha Sammoha Smriti Vibhramsa Smriti Vibhramsado Vinashaha. So it starts with thoughts. Thoughts, when they think of certain things, on actions, it becomes attachment. From the attachment arises the desire. The desire, unfulfilled, gets into anger. From anger arises delusion. From delusion, loss of concentration. From the loss of concentration, it destroys the discrimination. And then finally, it ends in peril. The destruction of the discrimination causes complete ruin. So it starts from the thoughts. So how to control the thoughts? Meditation helps. So meditation is so important. We heard all the benefits already. And in health, of course, it's very important. Personally, in my case, I've been practicing for maybe 35 years. Started with Kriya. I still continue with the Kriya meditation. I was initiated into Kriya by a few gurus. And then I also practiced Sudarshana Yoga for a while. But presently, I just practice Kriya Yoga. So the benefits are enormous. And as I said earlier, it reduces the negative aspects of our daily actions. Once I was going to Haiti for the earthquake. That was 11 years ago. They had a massive earthquake and thousands of people were killed. I was waiting for my flight in Fort Lauderdale. I was just closing my eyes, start meditating because I had a lot of time. When a Caucasian lady came, "Are you a Swami?" I said, "I am not. I'm just a regular person." So it relaxes you quite a bit, and you can get away all your stresses for a while. And fortunately, by God's grace, I did not have any systemic diseases till I reached 84. Then my doctor said, "Oh, you have a little bit high blood pressure. Why don't you take medicine? I'll put you on smallest dose of hypertensive medication." Okay, fine. So I still continue the same way. So it does help, there's no question. And okay, I'll come back to later. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Naidu. Next, we'll love to hear from Dr. Ashalata to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? That's good. Very nice to see a big turnout today. And I've been involved with spiritual tablets and with Dasio through my sister, Lochna. She introduced me to that. During my husband's passing and afterwards, I was really low down, and that really helped me get back on my feet, get stronger, and able to face the world. He was like a fort around me, and once he was gone, it was really hard. But I had a lot of help. Through meditation, I could get the people to come and automatically help me. I didn't have to do anything different. It manifested in people coming to me and helping me get through the stress. And I'm a much stronger person now than what I was before. All my life I've been busy, working, studying, being a medical doctor, and went to medical school at age 16. So I was the youngest in my class, I think. But still, it was, I was a strong person because I had a strong basic foundation from my family. My dad was involved in spirituality, in philosophy. We used to go to Chinmaya lectures, foundation lectures, and he would do meditation at home. And I would watch him. Initially, I didn't understand what it was, and I used to ask a lot of questions. Why are you doing this? Everything I had to have a question about everything. I was very inquisitive about that. And when he took me to these Babas, I had to ask them questions. Why are you doing this? What are you getting benefit from? And they explained to me very patiently, if you meditate, your mind will get calmer. And so it started in my young age. And I tried to do that, but not regularly. I would do it when I was stressed, and it did help me. Like before exams, I would meditate, and things went really well. And it wasn't easy all the time, to focus when you have so many things pulling you around in different directions. But it kind of pulled me through, and things would slowly come into action. Sometimes you wonder why things are not going the way you want it to go, but eventually you see the benefit in that. And you realize, okay, you have to go through this experience to achieve what you want to achieve. I got into spiritual tablet courses. I did my L1 course, took the exams, trying to understand the spiritual side of it once I'm more mature. And it was really enlightening to see that the healing of body happens when you're meditating from the atom level, atom molecule level. And it actually helps the body heal itself. You get the energy through meditation, and it starts healing. And I've actually seen people with high blood pressure on 4 or 5 different medicines stop or decrease their dose first, and then some people are off the medicines. So we have started a clinic here, meditation clinic, a live one in St. Louis at the temple basement. First one in the country, I think. Thank you. So with Apurva and my sister and a couple other people, we started that. And it's really helpful, beneficial to people who are not really into Zoom and all this. They come in person, talk to us, and we sign them up, and we try to do that as much as possible. We used to do it more regularly. With all the other changes, we're not able to do it. But we are still doing the online Zoom meditation, and some people who cannot come to that, they call me, and we still try to do the counseling. So every Saturday we have counseling, which we do online. And if they can't do it online, I just call them, and we have a group of people that try to help them. I do the medical part, make sure that blood work and all that is okay. And then we have the spiritual people that guide them. And that's really helping some people, and they're very thankful for what we are doing. And appreciate the group that we have that is helping me with that. And another thing I took up recently is a group of students came from India, and I just met them at the temple. And they are so hardworking, nice people, and I wanted to help them. So I tried to find jobs for them. because they are students, they couldn't find, there are too many of them, so they couldn't find jobs in the university. So I found out in the society who needs help. One example is an elderly person. His wife recently died of a heart attack. He doesn't have anyone to take care of them, and he speaks Telugu, our language. And people come here, like nurse practitioners, they come and help. Practical nurses, they come and help. But it's not the same thing. He physically is fine, but emotionally he's drained. So I had this student stay with him, talk to him, and feed him, make the Indian food that he loves, just like his wife was doing. And she is getting the benefit of course, paying her fees, and he is getting the benefit of continuing the culture, food, and all that. So I'm really happy to see that. So I'm able to do that for several students now. And I know there are a lot of other people that are older that need that help. So I'm trying to help them by doing that. Of course, they also do the meditation for a few minutes. He doesn't have that full concentration, but whenever he is calmer, she's helping him do that meditation too. So that's another aspect. Another thing I'm doing is there is a farmer here, nearby here, that works so hard in his field, grows all these vegetables, and he doesn't have the means to sell them. And it's really clean stuff. He doesn't use pesticides, and it's very natural. So he has stalls, but what I do is go buy a bunch of that, take it to the temple, take it to places where they need it, and they make food and give it to the public. So that's helping him and helping the temple, different temples, not just main temple. And also I take it to work and give it to people that need it. And then I do collect, clothes and all that, give it to nursing home people that don't have any family members that are, they're tired of it or not able to help. So we give clothes to them, and they love it. And for birthdays, we spend so much money, make cakes and decorations, all this. Instead, one recent thought, one of the guys actually gave me the idea. For his kids' birthdays, he goes to the old people's home, gives them food, donates food, and cooks it and serves it to them. So, and they bless the kids. What else do you need, right? So little things like that. And like this sari I'm wearing, it's from the weavers in India that actually made the clothes. And I got it, brought it here, and this lady sold it to me. And you can go to any boutique and buy it, but I wanted to help the poor weaving people that are working hard to make ends meet. So little things like that. I'm not a great person, but I'm trying to do little things to make me happy and makes them happy and gives a livelihood to them. So little things like that I'm doing.
So can we say that meditation is helping you to do what you feel like doing?
Exactly. I wasn't bold enough to do it before.
Okay.
When I'm concentrating, these thoughts are coming to me.
Yes.
Okay, this will help you feel better,
yeah,
and makes others feel better and happy. So meditation is helping me in that aspect.
Living what you always wanted to do, I guess.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah. One
Thank
more
you,
thing I want to do is
yes,
art of living.
Yes.
The art of living, and also the arts aspect of it. I always wanted to be a dancer, but never had time for it. My mom said, no, first study, then you're dancing. So in those days, they didn't encourage girls to dance. But now I'm able to do what I want to do and participate in different dance programs and all that. And that lets you release your stresses. And dance and yoga, all this I'm able to do. And meditation is fulfilling my dream of that. So, thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ashalata. And also, one of the things, she worked last night and she's here. That's the power of meditation. She's going about 24 hours now. So thank you for that. We'll hear from Dr. Anand next. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Thanks Chandra sir and Buddha Siva for giving me an opportunity to be on the panel. It's glad to be here. I am a novice meditator. I am no leader. I'll confess that. So I've been only doing meditation for the last 8 years. Learned it through different masters. Still a seeker on the journey. Compared to all these giants here, I'm a little baby. Okay. I'll just share a couple of instances that happened last week that shows how meditation helps me in my professional life and my personal life. Okay. The first story is at workplace. I'm an anesthesiologist, so I'm in charge of 13 operating rooms. So I got a call saying that this patient is coming from the labor and delivery. She's having a baby. This is her 4th baby. And she's a very big bleeding risk because I don't know if you've heard of placenta accreta, where the placenta goes all through the uterus, goes into the invades all the other organs around. That patient can bleed to death, like if it's not done properly. So they said this patient is coming, so I alert my team and tell them what to do, get everything prepared, and call me if you need help. And I set up the team and they start the case. And an hour later, they call me saying that we need your help in the room. So then I go in, and then I see the baby go out. Baby is crying, baby is all fine. So then I go in and see the blood pressure. Patient's basically dying. Like she's basically bleeding to death. Like she's lost 5 liters, which is the blood volume in the patient. And the blood pressure is 30, so I know the next step is the heart is going to stop. Okay, that's the situation I'm called in. And I go and see how they're prepared, and they've done nothing that I told them to do. So I really get frustrated. That's the first reaction in your brain, like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, why didn't you do all the things I said? But then that's where the meditation comes in. Like, you get into that zone, or they call you get into the zone when you are faced with stress responses. Like, you get into the flow situation. I don't know if you've heard the term flow, get into the flow. So just get into the zone, not yell at anybody, just do the things that I need to do, ask the surgeon to stop the surgery, keep holding, make sure there's no more bleeding so that I can take care of the patient, get the blood pressure up, and then kind of instruct the team to do different things. And half an hour, 45 minutes later, blood pressure comes up, blood pressure is on control, patient's doing okay. Patient ends up losing 15 liters of blood. We end up transfusing 15 liters of blood to the patient. And day 3, patient's okay, going home. And surgeon calls me and says, hey, Lack, that was a very hairy case. She says, some of my hair became gray taking care of that patient. And it was interesting. The next thing she said, probably you didn't have any gray hairs because you do yoga and meditation. So,
I have a lot of gray hair with yoga and meditation.
I thought about that anyway. So that's the thing about this meditation. Like when you're exposed to these stress situations, like the way you react, like instead of reacting, yelling at people, or like getting upset with things, like you go into the zone, like you get into that frequency, your brain is calm, and it's amazing like how everything around you gets calm. Like people are like running around here and there. You go in, you stand there and start talking, and there is kind of aura in the room. Everybody settles down, they're all doing their job, and we get taken care of the patient. So that's one thing, like how it helps in professional life. It happens every single day. You start driving to work, and then they say, Lack, 5 people were called in. So now I have to go find people to cover my 5 different operating rooms. So every day is kind of a stress response. So when I do this meditation, like it's amazing, like how you walk into the hospital, like I think you showed in one of the slides, you feel like you're floating. So that's an amazing thing. Like you do this for an hour in the morning, you walk into the workplace, your mind is calm, you just feel like you're floating into the hospital. So the next instance I would say is this happened yesterday. So I teach at the Hindu temple for young kids, like high school kids. So I had my class and I came back home. And then my wife says that I took my dogs for a walk, and one of the neighbor's dog, it's like a pit bull, came and attacked our dog and bit the dog, and my dog is bleeding. And she says she's crying, and like it's kind of a chaos. Like, and my daughter is upset, everybody is upset. Like, so typically 10 years back when I was not doing meditation, my probably response would have been very different. But with all this meditation, like it keeps your mind so calm. he said, okay, what happened? Is the dog okay? Like, you think he's in pain? How big is the wound? What did you do? Like, did you wash it well? Did you take the calmness with which you deal the situation is very different than like, oh, we got to sue those people. Who are they? What did they do? Like, the reaction that happens is completely different. So whether it's like a domestic problem or whether it's a problem in your workplace, meditation, I think, is a very important thing. Like you were saying, like we watch the breathing. So as anesthesiologists, we watch the patient breathing all the time. But when I teach people to do this, like they do it for a day and then they stop it. So I think the key thing about meditation is practice, practice, practice. So like I said, I had 3 masters. So my case study for meditation is my wife, actually. So she got me into art of living. She's a cancer survivor. She had thyroid cancer and her energy levels were very low. And she happened to kind of meet a friend. She took her to the art of living course. They did that. And like I noticed a lot of difference in the first 2 months when she started practicing. Like her energy levels were high. She's sleeping very better. I see the glow on the skin is very different. Like, and then she says, no, you should do this. I said, I'm a doctor. I don't get a week off. Like you have to give me like 6 months notice to get a week off. So somehow amazingly, like I requested and they gave me a week off, like amazingly. And it happened that the program was during that week. So I went and did the Art of Living course with Gurudev, Sri Ravi Shankar. It was an amazing experience. Whatever happened, I'm like an early riser. I get up at 5 o'clock every day. But once I did the Art of Living course, I started getting up at 4 o'clock. So since that day, I think it was December 22nd, 2016, every single day, at least during the weekdays, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, do my Kriya meditation for an hour, and then go to work. So that I thought was amazing. So when you have the intention, things fall into place. Something inside you tells you that this is helping you and you should do this. And then like you will realize the benefits. But the key thing about all these practices is we go to these conferences, we go to these courses, unless you do it with intention every single day, you're not going to see benefit, right? So that's the key thing about all these practices. You have to have that intention and you have to do it every single day. I was very fortunate enough, like my whole life has been a very easy ride, no problems. Like my first initiation into meditation was, I was initiated to Gayatri Mantra. I think many people in the audience might know what the Gayatri Mantra is. So you have Brahma Padesham when I was like 9 years old at Tirumala Tirupati temple. So I thought I was very fortunate. Since that day, till I went to my residency in anesthesia in Chandigarh in PGI, for 15 years I religiously practiced it, like morning and evening, like 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. Whether I come home late at 10 o'clock, 20 minutes, from 10 to 20, I practice it before going to sleep. And I didn't realize like if it was helping me or not. I was a very average student, but every time when there was a final exam, like I was the topper, like I was like, what is happening? Like I'm not the smartest kid in the class, but somehow like I'm getting good marks. So what's going on? So I never realized that doing all these practices was helping me. I did it religiously, like 20 minutes in the morning with focus, like pranayama, Gayatri Mantra meditation for 20 minutes in the morning, evening for 15 years. And then everything kind of fell off. After I went into residency, you know how residency is, like hours of work, so there's no time to do all these practices. So it kind of slid off. And then again, lo and behind, like Jayesh Bhai said in the morning, my wife introduced me back to meditation. And then COVID was the time, I think, for doctors. How many of you went to work during COVID? 1, 2, 3, yeah. They must all be doctors, I guess. We had to go to work every single day and take extra duties during COVID. And that's where I think all these practices of meditation, yoga, breathing, all this helped a lot. Because as an anesthesiologist, I used to take the sickest COVID patients to the operating room because like whenever they get really sick with COVID and the oxygen levels are very low, that's when you take them to the operating room, put them on a heart-lung machine so that they can survive till the lung recovers. So those are the kinds of patients we're dealing with. We're asked to do extra night duties because patients come in the night. You have to admit them to the ICU, put them on the breathing machine. So every single day during COVID, we had to go to work. And that was like very stressful because you don't know, like, and many patients that we are seeing that were going into the intensive care were doctors. So these were all this primary care that were taking care of patients in and around St. Louis, and many of them are on the ventilator, and that was really, really scary. So that's when like I started doing all these sessions to my residents and faculty like during COVID on Zoom. so that kind of boosts their morale and kind of teach all these practices so that they can get over this crisis and kind of deal with the situation. And then I think the other most important thing is like it's most important for us to teach kids all these practices. I think they are our future. That's when I got into the Hindu Temple Youth Group. So whenever I have classes, I try to teach them some breathing technique, some meditation technique, like every class, so that they learn something out of it. They can take back and practice and better their life. So those are, I think, some of the advantages of meditation that I would like.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we are, I think time constraints are there. So what we will take a message from you, Kreta ji, and then we conclude the panel here. So let me just.
Well, I'm not a medical professional, but I was a public school teacher for 40 years in underscoring schools in the state of Missouri. I loved it. I loved every second. It was very much like what people are talking about with the medical profession and all the stress. But what does it come down to? When you serve humanity, you're serving out of love and recognizing the beauty that resides within the soul of that who you are serving. And I can see the true benefit of meditation for teachers, especially nowadays, for students, because they don't always know how to handle the ups and downs of life, and don't always go to the higher qualities within to solve issues. So what does that call for again? That calls for meditation. Taking a chance to go within and seeing the beauty. And it's so sad if a life is spent without getting the chance of realizing the greatness of being born a human being. It is beyond words. And that's what we are trying to touch into with meditation. And it's not just for a few seconds or an hour or two a day, but it's something that actually becomes a way of life. From the teachings of some of us here of the spiritual teacher Satya Sai Baba, he says it's constant integrated awareness. When I first went to see Satya Sai Baba 50 years ago, in my first interview, one of the things he said, "Do you meditate?" So there is basis and reason for all of us to use the tool of meditation to go deep within and to spend a little time with that joy, that ananda, that bliss, that I say again is your birthright. And the more you can take it to all the people in the world, many blessings, I'm sure, will come upon you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Krita. Thank you, Dr. Anand.
We close it, we conclude. So, dear friends, we had two objectives from this panel. One was that we all stay inspired. Here are those experts who are day in and day out, medical doctors, of course, they're the backbone for many people. But they are taking time to practice. We heard it from Dr. Anand. They're taking time to practice. And so there is one, is that, can we do this practice regularly? Something that is there, something that can help. The second, of course, I leave the panel here, is that you're all esteemed doctors, you're established doctors. What can you do in your systems, in your hospitals? Thoughts create reality. And so everything is possible if we believe in so. So can we take it like the organization leaders in the afternoon, morning talked about, they are wanting to take those steps. Can these be introduced in your medical hospitals? What is it that stops us from doing it? And then can each of us take an initiative? And so please have conversations with them during the tea break. So thank you very much for joining for this panel. So really appreciate Dr. Naidu Garu. Absolutely, the fabulous for us to join here. So thank you so much. And I would like Gunwin ji to come and Vani madam to come here to facilitate the speakers. Gunwin Bacharji, is there?
I just want to say one more thing. I printed a book on meditation, science of meditation. I had several pages, several books printed. So if anyone wants to have a copy, it's in English. And if you would like that, I have several copies got printed and I distribute to my friends at work and outside. So you're welcome to have them, or I have some here. Okay, thank you.
Do you have to call them? Yes. Gunwin is not there. Okay, Shrikant Gala, please come. And sir, would you please come?
Dr. Shanti, please come onto the stage to felicitate. Please stay. Please stay. Yeah. And then Mr. Srinivas Manchikalpudi garu, please come on. And Dr. Sudhir Atluri garu, please. And Dr. Shrikant garu, please come. Stage. Yeah, you can start with Dr. G.V. Naidu, and once you do this, you can stand here. We can all take a group picture. Okay, you can get there.
Andrew one by one. Each of you can give the one on one.
Yeah. And then please stand here later on. Yeah, please. You can give to Dr. Asha Lakaran. Asha Lakaran second. Bags కూడా ఇచ్చేస్తాం. And please give these bags to Vani madam. You can give. Yeah, please. This one. Oh, okay. Krita. Yeah. They can stand here. Oh. Yeah, please stand. Please. Ramesh garu. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I know we are running a little late, but we will conclude in the next 30 minutes or so. Please, thanks for your patience.
Friends, so we would like to invite Greg Rhodes from Enterprise to come and say a few words about how did you feel this today's session. So he is my manager, so yeah, I'm happy to have.
Thanks very much. I really enjoyed this session today. All the panelists, all the speakers, everyone who presented, the audiovisual folks, thank you very much for all your hard work. It's been a terrific day. So thank you very much.
I would like to invite Rod Barber, say a few words how he felt today's session. He's from Edward Jones. He's my boss.
Not quite. Drew is very good, though. Thanks, Drew. Drew invited me, and I've just started meditation, and I've noticed a big difference in how I approach my days. I'd been getting to where I was unfocused, and there were days that were really stressful, that you just feel that anxiety building up. And now that I've started meditating, I've noticed that I've been able to treat that as something off to the side and not let that affect me so much. And so it's really changed how I'm living my life and how I go about my days. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. So we'll have a tea break for 10 minutes. Please have, then we'll have a group picture. Thank you. We'll come back in 10 minutes.
by profession. He started his spiritual journey in the year 2004 with the help of his family members. In the initial days, he practiced meditation for his own self-development and also constructed a rooftop pyramid with the size of 11 by 11 in Hyderabad. And after coming to the USA, he has started to spread meditation under the roof of a PSSM USA. Later on, with the guidance of Patriji, started PMC USA and PMC USA multilingual channels, which are currently being operational with the 7K plus subscribers. Welcome, Srikant Garu. And I welcome Srihari Sharma Garu, please. Srihari Sharma Garu has started his meditation through Kriya Yoga in 2008. He practiced it for 8 years and then did mantra japa for 3 years and came to PSSM platform in 2020 and has been practicing Anapanasati, breath mindfulness meditation, since then. Works with the meditation magic in spreading meditation actively and currently working for Omega Pyramid in Dallas. Please welcome Srihari Sharma Garu.
Yeah. Good afternoon, friends. Sorry, we are running late. So you're able to hear me well? Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks for that wonderful introduction. Thank you. So we've been hearing about this movement, Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, since morning, right? We all know this is a non-profit, non-cult, no restrictions of any kind, but still to follow this movement, there is one restriction though. That restriction is only for those people who can breathe. For others, it is not allowed in this movement, right? People who can breathe can follow this movement. For others, they'll have to work from outside the organization, right? So I've been practicing meditation for past about now 15 years with the help of our Grandmaster Brahmashri Pitama Patriji. And later, various mentors like Chandra sir, like Dr. GK, all these people have enhanced our life so well that we are living it to its fullest and joyful and blissful. So we cannot complain anything more. As a profession, I'm an SAP consultant, which is the highest paid IT job. So I'm very proud of that. But my passion is to take this message to one and all. So how do I take, so this is where I work is a chemical manufacturing company, where we mostly talk about, the first thing they talk about is safety. So how do I take this message to this organization is through a safety movement, right? Like everybody wanted to, in these kind of industries, safety is the topmost priority, and every meeting, what we do starts with a safety. So each and everybody talks about be careful with the wires when you pass on, place the boxes in certain way. All these safety measures they all talk about, right, for how safe we can be in that environment physically. So when I get an opportunity to talk about safety, I talk about safety of our thoughts. Like how you do not have physical distractions on your way to walk, you should not have any unnecessary thought clutter. So that is also kind of a safety, right? So I take the safety movement to talk about not to clutter unnecessary thoughts if it is not required, right? That is how I take the mindfulness into my corporate world. So there are a lot of innovative ways you can take to take this message, right? So that is one, and the other thing what I take is lunch and learns. So wherein people are open to understand and to hear to you. So these are the couple of things I wanted to share that you can take to your corporate world about this message, right? And through this movement, we also provide a platform like these channels, right? pyramid meditation channels wherein we pass on a lot of wisdom. What was in originally our Brahma Shri Pitama Patriji, he thought in Telugu, we translate and we provide that wisdom in English so that it is reachable to various people. So there are various kinds of projects what we do through this movement so that we create an opportunity as a platform so that you could provide your services, right? So for a lot of people, they want to serve, but they do not know where to do, right? So we provide such kind of platform so that people can come, contribute, provide their wisdom, provide their knowledge, provide their time, provide their monetary benefits, whatever they want to. So we provide these platforms so that we can grow and be happy. So that's my small message. Thank you.
Invite for the December.
So one of the programs what we are doing is called Mega Meditation Summits. So these are summits what we do on an annual basis. We started it last year in Dallas, Texas, and this year it will be in Raleigh, North Carolina. It will be a 3-day event where you'll have a lot of masters across the globe, from India, from UK, from US. There will be a lot of masters coming in together and sharing their thoughts, sharing their experiences, sharing their benefits, what they have learned through meditation and how they can share. So this is an annual celebration event of this movement. So I would request everybody to join. All our sessions are free, my dear friends. So you have to just make yourself available, come and benefit for yourself, right? So please, that's a Labor Day weekend in the September. So it is August 30, 31st and 1st. So it is in Raleigh, and we'll post the details in the groups. So please follow and join and come. And thank you.
Hello friends, this is Srihari Sharma from Dallas. Thank you so much Chandra sir for giving me this opportunity to stand here and talk to you. So Sridevi madam already gave some introduction about me. So I have adopted, Patriji has given 18 principles for the pyramid masters. So I have taken only 5 out of them to practice. So those are dhyanam, meditation, sajjana, swadhyayam, book reading, sajjana sangatyam, spending time with all the masters like you, and seva, and pyramid energy. So right now, so we are working on the biggest pyramid project dedicated for meditation in USA. That is the Omega Pyramid coming up in Dallas. When in 2020 I came to this PSSM platform. So at that time I was thinking of building a pyramid in US. The thoughts were just coming. So in the initial stage. So in that year, I think 2020 May or sometime, so I attended Chandra sir's manifestation workshop for 3 days. So during that workshop, I was trying to manifest this mega pyramid in Dallas area. So so that is coming to fruition now. We have recently bought the land, and March 3rd we did the Bhumi Puja. So this date also, it was given by the higher masters. Mahatar Babaji has given this message that March 3rd will be the start date, and February 7th, 2026 will be the end date for this project. So those are the dates given by Mahatar Babaji to one of the masters. So as per that, we already did the Bhumi Puja. Last time, 2 weeks back, Chandra sir came to Dallas. We took him to the land. So we did the meditation. He got the message that this Omega Pyramid will act as a bridge for the South American ancient wisdom, bringing that wisdom to North America. It will act as a bridge. So this pyramid needs a lot of energies. So I am requesting all of you are, I'm inviting all of you to be part of this very big project. So this is going to bring lot of, it actually it is going to inspire lot of other pyramids to come all around US, in every state, in all major cities of US, and because US is a global leader, it will also influence many pyramids to come all over the globe. In US, I mean in India, there are a lot of pyramids have already come, but this US will influence all other places. So many more pyramids will come all around the globe, and that is a necessity also, because these pyramids will all around them. So they will have very beautiful energy all around them, miles together. So that will bring a lot of changes, and many people, means thousands of people, will be meditating every year, learning the meditation, transforming themselves, and contributing to global peace. So this way, this is one of the ways. In many different ways, these pyramids are going to help and transform the mankind. So I am inviting all of you to be part of this Omega Pyramid. Let us all come work together and make this a big a reality, and let us all come to inaugurate this project in 2026. So yeah, please let us all work together for that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chandra sir, for giving this opportunity.
Wonderful. The positive energy flow in the pyramids facilitates deep focus and meditation. That's the fundamental benefit of why Patriji brought this. So when you're building a meditation hall, of course you can build like this, or you can build in the shape of a pyramid. So these benefits of pyramids, one is healing, second is preservation. So if you keep vegetables, then they stay for a long time. At Pyramid Valley, we did an experiment. 141 days, tomatoes stay in the pyramid fresh. Whereas the same tomatoes outside, because the temperature is about 36 degrees centigrade, which is about 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit, under the temperature for 141 days, the tomatoes stayed fresh in the pyramid. Whereas outside, in 20 days, they go away. The preservation is there. And so there is a lot of research from West, particularly from the European countries, healing benefits of pyramids. Wounds, cuts, boils, and many things that's automatically heal faster. Meditation accelerates, pyramids seem to accelerate. They seem to have some kind of that energy, and so they seem to accelerate healing and do extensive help in preserving. So many people use them for their houses for preserving fruits, vegetables, and milk and water. Water becomes charged. It's a free energy. So you can make a pyramid pretty easily. And the third thing is, of course, altered states of experiences, of deep meditation experiences, which is why Patriji said, rather than building a flat hall, let's build pyramids for meditation. So then it's a structure free of form, no statues there. And it is a structure that does not resemble either a temple or a mosque or a church. So every faith seems to be interested in going there. And so that pyramid that I showed in the morning in Bangalore Pyramid Valley, all faiths come there very, very freely and easily. They all come into it. Whether it is Jain, whether it's Muslim, whether it's Christians, of course, Hindus, they all go into it with the same enthusiasm to get better. And so here, and this Master Shrikant is doing tremendous work in bringing this whole pyramid energy meditation here into the United States for the last 15 years. And then heads of PSSM USA, Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement that Patriji founded. And then Sri Hari Garu is doing this tremendous job of realizing for many meditators in America to have a pyramid here. While it helps individuals, but of course it's helping spread its energy around. Everything is conscious energy. So there are research, there is experimentation that when you have a structure like that, it has its energy spreading around, hugely impacting the area that is there. And so there is many benefits. So hope that all of us will be there on February 7th, 2026, and to inaugurate the pyramid. This is how you manifest, right? Thank you. Thank you for taking that initiative. Somebody has to do it, and it's you. So thank you, of course. Yes, yes.
I'd like to quickly invite Venugopal Garu and Suma to felicitate our guests. Thank you, Shrikant Garu and Sharma Garu.
Thank you. Next. What is it? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandra sir, giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Two great masters doing quietly so much meditation service. The only job, they don't appear, but then wake up in the morning, then they decide that I have to call today these 5 people. They call them, motivate them, and say, come and join. And so they spend countless hours, but through them, hundreds of people across the United States and India got initiated to meditation because they're taking the time. Thank you.
Thank you. I can say thank you. That's it.
Yes. Thank you all for showing up here and trusting us and taking your time and spending time, and we got some wisdom from Chandra sir today and all panelists. Thank you. And as Srikant sir said, whoever have the breath, they have to do the meditation. That's what final message. Thank you so much. Thank you for. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now, next I'll invite Radhika Garu. Please announce about the app. That's very important.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I think I first want to congratulate St. Louis team. What a wonderful event. I know a lot of effort went into putting this together, and thank you, everyone, for showing up and staying here. I'm sure everyone is taking away a lot, right? There's a lot of information today. Buddha CEO has been doing this service for past, I guess, 2019 it started, so past few years, and I joined Buddha CEO 2020 with the, like everybody said, the 40-day. I don't want to bore you with the meditation benefits, everybody know already, but I'm here, I've joined Buddha CEO team, and it's been growing since last 3 years, leaps and bounds, you know, all over the globe. We have participants joining the 40-day programs, and it's expanding. And you know, however much we want to clone Chandra and making available across the globe, you know, we have some limitations there. So I know we wanted to use the technology, right? Nowadays we've seen technologies, you know, bringing, you know, shortening the time and space on Earth. We've seen Paris and London people joining, right? So we wanted to use the technology and help, you know, promote this and scale basically these programs. So we decided to build the app. So 2023, I went to India, joined Chandra and a couple of other entrepreneurs, of course Sai Sagar, which we saw him to build the app. So I'm very happy to say this. Earlier this year, February, at the Global Conference of Meditator Leaders, we launched our app. So it was a first public preview of the mobile app. And there's a lot of stuff here. The reason we wanted to build, like I said, first thing is to scale. Second thing is provide the support, right? A lot of people join. Again, I think you've heard it repeatedly. It's never like, oh, I did 40 days and I felt transformed, I'm done, right? No, it's a full practice, and a lot of people are looking for support, and that's why Chandra is working 24/7 trying to answer everybody's questions. So second thing we wanted to build in the app is the support that is required. So we are building a AI assisted coach in the app where we're taking all the wisdom of all these masters, training the bot to respond with all the wisdom. So that is in testing right now. So I know many of you already downloaded. If not, please go to the App Store or Google Store. It's Buddha CEO. If you search, you'll find the app. We're going to launch that AI-based assistant to help answer any questions as you join these programs, you start your meditation journey, and a lot of questions like, am I doing this right? I keep getting thoughts, and what's going on? Where am I going with this? So all those will be answered. Of course, all the programs that Buddha CEO offers are going to be on the app. You can join directly from the app, register, sign up, and you will see all the recordings available even if you miss something. On the top of that, the other thing, I think Lawrence mentioned this, right? We are also going to show the tracking, right? Your progress, like how many hours of meditation. We want to put in tools that assist you in daily practices, and what is that practice doing to you, and how many sessions you attended, and from the overall holistic wellness point, your body, mind, soul, how are you progressing, right? And also a personalized path for you. Okay, what do I do after I took 2 courses or 3 courses? What is my next step, right? It's all intelligent-based guidance. So like I mentioned, we're putting all the wisdom from all the masters, training it in the app, putting all the intelligence there, so you get very personalized guidance on what to do next and how you progress on this. Of course, these are the events that bring the communities together. We are going to have a community feature as well, where you can connect with your local masters. So then you can start your own events and continue the practice, spread the word. So that is what all we are building in the app. So the other piece with that is like how we discussed today, how are we going to take it to the corporate world, right? So the app was built by the startup which I joined, the Quantum Coherence Technologies, right? That started up in India. We're building a platform. So Buddha CEO app is the first one we built. We're going to help build such kind of apps. There's so many organizations, we just heard, whoever needs help with technology to scale, we're going to help them on this platform. But we're also going to build something for corporations, which is, we're calling it Be Supermind. And we're going to start with the first program, which is Quantum Leadership Program, right? So this is purely for corporate, where we're going to get them all the things we talked today, not the regular corporate training, leadership training, but it's more the quantum science based. Everything we heard today and how meditation makes a difference in corporate world, right? So that's the program we are creating. That will launch early 3rd quarter of this year, where with that, we're going to sign up with, I think Amy is here. She has the leadership coaching that she's doing for conscious business leaders. We're going to sign up with such partners, and they can use our program to take this across the world to all corporations, educational institutes, universities, and everywhere. So that's our goal. So we have a lot of things planned this year and in future to use technology to spread this across the globe. So please go ahead and support us. Your feedback is going to help us with the technology piece. Thank you. Oh, and we have a video that we used to launch the app. Can you play the video? I sent the email. It's in YouTube.
Companion for personal growth and holistic wellness. You will download the app by searching for and the app store. From your phone. Our app allows users to preview features without requiring a payment. You will find informative videos, inspiring
app to get access to all the features of the app while registering for the course. Our sign-up process is easy with your existing Google account or Apple account. You can also sign up by entering your name, email address, and creating a password. Once you are registered to the course, you will be able to join the live sessions from the app easily. You will be joining the Zoom sessions from the app and listen to the empowering sessions. You will be able to see the participants, raise hand, chat with everyone, or send reactions just as any other live sessions. You can join the breakout room as well. Buddha CEO app is available for public preview and we welcome you to check it out. Please send us your comments, feedback or suggestion at support@bsupermind.com. Main page of the app shows today's live sessions that are available for you to join. It is followed by feature content and inspirational quotes. The main page also shows our upcoming premium features as a preview. From the main page, you can view meditation tracks, list of all programs currently active and upcoming, as well as self-paced programs. My Courses shows your course you have done in the past, current course, and any self-paced courses you have registered. The Wisdom options shows many of the signature wisdom nuggets that Buddha CEO teaches you for your convenient access. Finally, you can connect with us directly from the app through chat or by sending email. As a preview of the premium feature, you can view your progress from the courses you attend and meditation you completed using the app. Your daily meditation of 30 minutes or more will show up as a streak, encouraging you to daily practice. You can also see how many sessions you have completed across all the programs and any that you may have missed. You can catch up on missed sessions by going to the specific course from homepage or programs page and review recordings of the missed sessions. The app is designed with an intent to support, encourage, and motivate you through your transformative journey to excellence through meditation practice and wisdom.
Transformation. So thank you Chandra sir and Vani ma'am, and thank you everyone for joining us. I want to thank all the speakers today who shared their knowledge, their experience, and their ideas, how they can promote this further in their organizations. And all the Buddha CEO practitioners, participants who have joined our past programs, so thank you everyone. And the Buddha CEO St. Louis team, thank you. Without your all support, we couldn't make it, so thank you everyone. And all the volunteers, thank you to each and everyone. Within a short span of time, they did what we actually wanted to do, and everyone did an amazing job. And also decoration, audio team, and the technical team, so everyone. And the Holiday Inn staff members, thank you for your cooperation. Thank you, thank you.
The concluding sequence. Thank you all to all our volunteers, to our RCML amazing team, to all our speakers, all our panel members. In such a short time, you committed, you worked with us, so we are heartfelt gratitude on behalf of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. Thank you all, and hope we assimilate this and keep this going and join more hands and more hearts together. Thank you.
Not only the people standing here on the stage, but there are people sitting in Buddha CEO. They're supporting, they're teaching, they're spreading. Thanks to all of you. Chandra Sridharan, she is a very big Buddha CEO. You know, she's going to become a coach too very soon. So we will be hearing from her too.
One row can stand in front also here.
Yeah, please come in the front.
Those who feel they're not going to hide us, they can stand in front.
Please, you are in the back if you want to join us, please. Thank you, everyone.